Hi folks, here to do another Bossii tutorial, and this time is on how to set up new products or recipes in your system. You need to do this in Bossii Admin, so please go into your Bossii Admin program, and from there we go into our products module. Now our products module will show all the items that are associated with our products. So that's building our product list, which is in maintain products, and our recipe list. So the difference between a product list and the recipe list is that the product list is all your ingredients and all the items that you sell as is. So when you buy them, you don't make any changes to them. And if you sell them, for example, wines, you buy as a carton and all you do is take them out of the box and you sell them exactly as is, then that is a product item. And also your ingredients for your food or your beverage items, they're all ingredients, so they would be listed in your maintain products as well. So anything that you buy from your suppliers would be listed in maintain products, and anything that you sell to your customers that you buy with no changes from your supplier will be listed in maintain products. All the items that you create as these new recipes are all created in the recipes. So any cocktail, any coffee, any food item, they're all created as recipes using items from your products list up above here. So these are the ingredients, and this is the actual new recipe item. So maintain products shows up here. This is a shortcut for your purchasing products to get into your maintain products, and your sellable products is a shortcut to get into how you sell that particular item. If we open up maintain products list, that shows that we've got 72 items in this particular list. It's all done by major category, category, and then subcategory. The subcategory is probably the most important out of all of them. Obviously, the description is the descriptor of the actual item. If we are going to be setting up a brand new product, let's say, for example, we buy a soft drink and we want to set up a new soft drink, what I recommend to people is just go to a subcategory that this new item should fall under. So if it's a new soft drink, well, it'll be in sparkling drinks and water products. Now, obviously, that subcategory name may be different in your data set. So find something similar and then press copy. At this point here, you could just type in test soft drink or whatever the name is of your item. The subcategory you won't need to change because you're copying from an existing item. How you store it won't need to change because you're copying from an existing item. You have 5 tabs at the top here. It's usually only the first 3 that you will need to worry about when you are copying. As you can see, the copy button up above here. The purchasing and selling locations and the recipe locations you will not need to touch because you're copying from an existing item, and those locations will just flow through to this particular item as well. So if we go to purchasing, we won't need to change again the subcategory, the tax code, or the GL code. The GL code is the general ledger code. That's in case you're doing any MYOB or Xero integration. And we have a section here on how do you buy this product. So you may buy this soft drink many different ways. You may buy this soft drink as a 6-pack or as a 12-pack or a 24-pack, and so therefore you would have 3 different descriptors here: 6-pack, 12-pack, 24-pack. So you can have many different ways that you buy this particular product. In this instance, we only have one, and if we double click that line, the pack description reads that 1 bottle is 1 liter and 1 bottle equals 1 bottle. So when we are doing a stock take for this particular item, that we can stock take it by the pack description and also by the unit description. So if this were 1 bottle is 1 carton equals 10 bottles. So we could stock take this particular item by the carton and then also by the individual bottle down below here. So we have 2 different ways of counting our stock when it comes to stock take purposes. We also have a last stock take and purchases quantity showing. So that'll tell us how much we should have on hand. We can also do minimum quantities and par levels. So if the minimum quantity here is 2, that'll be cartons because it takes the pack description as the barometer, and the par level is, say, 5 cartons. Then what happens is, as soon as Bossii knows that it's gone under 2 cartons, when we are going to do a purchase order, it will order back up to the par level. So in this particular instance, where we've got 0 stock of this particular item, it won't be ordering 2 cartons. It will say, well, because 0 over here is less than the minimum quantity of 2, then order back up to the par level, which is 5. So it will order 5 cartons in this particular example because we've gone below the 2 carton minimum threshold. The suppliers listed in here as real friends. Okay, you can have a number of different suppliers. So a product does not need to be set up a number of times just because it has a number of different suppliers. We set up the one product and you can buy that particular item from a number of different suppliers. So if I want to add another supplier, just press new, supplier. This will be from Pronto Packaging. They are going to be the preferred supplier. This is the product number, and the cost of that is $25.68. Now that is a landed unit cost, which is ex GST. If there is any wet tax, for example, if it's a wine, then you would include the wet tax in here, okay? And you can view any cost movement if you've had any cost movement at that point as well. Press OK. So that particular supplier is now our preferred supplier. It is going to be counted on our stock take location, which is entire venue. You will not need to worry about purchase statistics or barcodes unless you are using barcodes. You can install a barcode at this point. You can type in the barcode, or if you have the barcode connected right now, you could just scan the barcode and the barcode would appear in that field. Okay, so we'll go back to details and we'll just press save on this screen. So we've created how we buy this product. How do we sell this product? If we highlight that item, press Control C on our keyboard to copy it. Again, we don't need to change the tax code or the GL code because we're copying from an existing item. Click into our POS description and choose Control V. That copies the name into the POS description, and then we copy that down using these little copy boxes on the right hand side. The POS description is the name that's what will appear on your POS screen. The receipt description is what will appear on the customer's receipt. The production description will be what appears on your internal receipt printing for your production. If you're using PDA, this is what will appear on your PDA button. And if you're using Bossii Kiosk, this will be what appears on your kiosk button as well. You can choose a default course to attribute to this particular item, or you can choose no courses. That's okay. You can also do a stock countdown. So display the stock countdown when quantity reaches, let's say, for example, 8. So when I only have 8 of that item available, please display that stock countdown and then tell me what happens. Shall I prevent further sales once the countdown reaches 0? Yes. And that's the text color for the countdown. So whenever I sell one of these test soft drinks, how much of it do I sell? Well, I sell 1 bottle, and the cost at the moment is $2.56, and I'm going to sell it for $11. So what Bossii does is it removes the GST off the $11 and then works the ex-GST average cost with the ex-GST selling price to give you a proper cost in here. So it's coming in at 25.68%. If you wanted to work backwards, you could say I want a 20% cost on this particular item. So you can type in 20, press the tab button, and Bossii will now give you a suggested price at 20%. So you could now type in 13.9, and so you're around about your 20% cost there. We have 5 different pricing levels, but hardly any venues use 5 different prices. Generally, most use just the one price level. Availability and questions, again, because you've copied, you won't need to change any of that. Printing and pricing, you won't need to change any of that. Barcodes, again, only if you sell this item with a barcode will you need to pop into here, press new, and you can either type in the barcode or you can scan it at this point. And selling locations, well, uh, all those different locations are already copied across from the previous item. So at this point here, you can press save, and you don't need to worry about purchasing and selling locations and recipe locations again because you've copied from up above here. Press save again, and we have now created this test soft drink. From there, we will now go and set up that test soft drink on our point of sale. So what we've done is we've created the item, but we now need to put it on our POS layout. So we'll just go to POS, and we'll go to POS button setup, and you can have multiple layouts. So we'll just go to a test layout that we've set up previously, and you can press edit. The warning is now telling us that there are products on this layout that we've previously inactivated. So we can press OK. And if we press refresh, it will remove all of those inactive items from our POS layout. This is our POS button setup. So we have our category buttons on the right hand side, and here are our POS buttons for each category. So if I choose cold drinks, it changes, cabinet food changes, kitchen food, and retail and merch. What we have on the left hand side is our pick list. So we can filter by major categories. So this soft drink is a beverage item. It was under the category of cold beverage, I believe. And it was under the category of sparkling drinks and water products. And there is our test soft drink. That's another one that we did previously. So we can put that anywhere on the POS buttons. So we'll go to cold drinks category, which is the second one. And now we can just choose our test soft drink, and we can put that item anywhere we like, just there. If we want to remove any of these particular items, this delete product stays on the list at all times. And all you need to do is highlight that delete product and press delete. Click on the field that needs to be deleted, and it gets removed from the POS layout and then comes back into our pick list. On the left hand side here, it's only showing us the items that come under the category of sparkling drinks and water products that have so far not been put on this page. So as you can see, Coke No Sugar and Test Soft Drink are the two items that haven't been put on this particular page. If we go back to kitchen food, it's showing us all of the items there now because none of those items have been put on this particular page. So at this point here, if we're happy with that layout, we can just press save. If we wanted to add a new category, you would just click into an empty cell. Do you want to create a new category? Yes. And that new category will be test category. And we can change the button color from white, we'll do fluoro green, press OK. And so our category button's now set up, and we can choose what we want to put on that category button. So we can go to food items. Let's have a look. We want just the cabinet items to be showing, and we just want the sandwiches. Okay, so we're just going to put our American bagel, our brat bagel, and chicken avocado. That's all we want to put there. We can then go to our sweet pastries, and we're going to add some more of those. The color of the category, it comes from the actual subcategory itself. So sweet pastry up here, when we set up sweet pastry, we said any item that comes under sweet pastry must be this pinky purple color. So that's where the colors come into it. You can't do individual products to have the individual colors. It only goes on the subcategory itself. So if we're happy with that, we can just press the save button, or we also have a drill down option. So at the moment, by default, this product is always chosen. We can just press drill down, and we can create a second page that's underneath one of these empty cells. So for example, we can just click on that now and we can call this sandwiches. And we will make the font size 11 and we'll make the back button color red. Press OK. So we now have sandwiches. That is not a product. That is just a drill down button. So if I choose drill down, as you can see, you can delete it from there if you've made a mistake, and we can change that from there. Otherwise, we click on, back onto products, click into sandwiches, and now I can go back and put all of my sandwiches under this. So this is another page now underneath the sandwiches button. So if I press the back button up the top, we have our sandwiches, and there they all are that we put them under. I'll press back again. Okay, and you've got multiple pages as well. So I'll just press save, and we've created our layout. To make sure that that is linked to the correct till, we just go to setup, setup POS, tills. Here's a list of all of our different tills. So for example, we go into POS 2, and the button layout that it is searching for should be test layout June 2020. Press save and done. So I've given you the short version of how to set up a product, but I have gone into quite a bit of depth with some of the features around that. So you would ordinarily be a lot quicker in setting up products than what I've just shown you, but hopefully that's given you a little bit more information that you require. Thank you.